All right, today I want to talk to you about the new FDA claims that they're beating down on General Mills, which produces Cheerios, because of their claims that it actually is used to prevent disease. It can actually reduce cholesterol within 4 to 6 weeks. That's complete bullshit. People have high cholesterol for many different reasons, and we're brainwashed by the medical community to believe that cholesterol is so bad for us. You don't have high cholesterol because you're deficient in Cheerios. Most people that eat boxed food, processed food, refined food like Cheerios, I don't know about you, but last time I checked, there's no such thing as a Cheerio tree or a Cheerio plant. They don't just fall off a tree. They're conventionally and industrialized grains and food. I mean, look at the ingredients. It's a bunch of shit. So they're beating down on them, thank God, because in my opinion, if you eat Cheerios, it's actually going to increase your cholesterol, right? So let's look at some interesting things about cholesterol. First thing is cholesterol is actually a precursor to every single hormone in your body. So if you have a hormonal imbalance, you're trying to balance your hormones, think about eating more good quality fats like raw milk, raw cream, raw butter, organic butter, avocados, olive oil, coconut oil, palm oil, small amount of soaked nuts. And for all you men out there, do you soak your nuts? Secondly, if you really think about it, there's actually research to show that 80 to 90% of all cholesterol in the body is endogenous. What does that mean? It's actually produced inside the body. It does not come from outside the body from the foods that we eat. At the same time, due to many different climate changes and ethnicities in humans, right, depending on how we evolved and where our ancestors came from, this is called biochemical individuality, right? Everyone has different levels of cholesterol and different needs of cholesterol. So we have to take a look at the person in their biochemical individuality as well. At the same time, you can have increased cholesterol for many different reasons. Okay? We have to start looking at if someone has high cholesterol, not just a high number. Now we want it under 120. We're pretty much going to kill people. We're going to turn people into pretty much infertile people with no libido by doing this. And we're going to make them very unhealthy people. I mean, fats and proteins make up your bones, your tissue, your skin, your body. It makes up your teeth, who you are. We need this. So you might have high cholesterol. You got to figure out where it comes from. Inflammation is the most important. When there's inflammation in the body, LDL cholesterol comes from the liver and it hits the periphery. Like little carpenters, right? HDL cholesterol goes from the periphery to the liver. So if you have high cholesterol in the arteries or somewhere, there's inflammation going on there. We have to figure out why. It could be from what you're eating, could be from leaky gut syndrome, could be from a parasite, could be from eating sugar, could be from eating pasteurized or drinking pasteurized milk. So you have to figure out why do you have high LDL cholesterol, right? Where's the inflammation in this person's body? At the same time, malnourishment by consumption of too many refined carbohydrates and sugar, right? You can still be obese and be malnourished. So sugar, I find a lot of vegetarians, that's going to be my next YouTube clip, a lot of them actually have high cholesterol because the high intake of sugar from eating so many vegetables and grains, the body can't store it. It can't store enough of it because most people aren't active enough. So what the body does, it actually takes this excess sugar in the body and converts it into LDL cholesterol. So that's another reason. Seasonal changes, depending on where you live. The body will actually raise cholesterol levels in order to lower the freezing point in the cells in preparation for winter. So sometimes you'll see people with higher cholesterol levels in the winter versus the summer. Fats insulate our body. They provide and speed up the metabolism. That's why Eskimos or people in cold climates need more fat and protein in relation to carbs. Excess stress of any kind, from physical, chemical, electromagnetic, psychic, nutritional, and on, can actually raise cholesterol levels. And the key is actually to figure out in the person where it's coming from. The total number of cholesterol does not matter. It doesn't matter if it's 400. The key is, what's the ratio from HDL to LDL? That's the most important thing. So if we look at why cholesterol is important, again, it's a precursor to sex hormones in the body. It's actually a precursor to vitamin D in the body and a precursor to bile. Bile actually helps you break down fats. So getting fat, F-A-T, and eating fat, good fats, spelled the same, but you can't get fat from eating good fat. Your body releases insulin when you overeat carbohydrates, or when you eat carbohydrates. Insulin is a fat-storing hormone. When you eat good fat, your body doesn't release the insulin. It releases bile, which breaks it down. This is super important, so you can't get fat from eating good quality fats. Secondly, cholesterol is a powerful antioxidant. It actually helps to control free radical damage. It actually helps to increase the integrity of the cell membrane, right? Inside your body. You're made up of cells. The stronger the cell integrity, the stronger your cells, the stronger you are. Another thing, it's actually vital to child development. That's why breastfeeding is so important. It is full of cholesterol. People are so afraid of cholesterol because of convenience, being lazy, having breast implants nowadays, being unhealthy. We can't breastfeed. It is super important. It actually helps the baby's nervous system and organs develop. It helps to make their peripheral nervous system in their body develop. So fat is super important. So the question ultimately becomes, why is cholesterol too high? You need to figure out why in the person, not rather than what can we do or what can we take to actually lower it. That's treating the branch. We have to figure out why this person has it. Then we can focus on how to lower it with food. One of the things that we do at East West Healing to actually lower cholesterol, beside other things to test for fungus, parasites, and all that, we take a look at all their stressors. We treat the person as an individual. But we also look at what they're eating. And most people overindulge in a high carbohydrate, low protein, low fat diet. So one of the things we actually do to lower cholesterol is we put them on a higher protein, high good quality fat diet, low carbohydrate. So high protein, high fat, low carbohydrate. When I say carbohydrates, we pretty much eliminate all refined carbohydrates, grains, gluten grains, anything in a box and a can. The only type of carbohydrates they're getting, no matter what their metabolic type is vegetables. Okay? We do this for a certain amount of time, typically 3 months. We actually throw in some specific herbs that help lower cholesterol along the way. And a lot of people think fiber does the trick. Well, with a lot of people, fiber actually bounds them up. And it actually increases transit time and things like that. So we don't use fiber. We use other specific herbs to help lower cholesterol. One of them we use garlic. Another one is we actually use omega-3 fatty acids. And there's some others that we use. But the main thing, you can't just take herbs and lower cholesterol. It's modifying your lifestyle, modifying what stresses are actually affecting you, and figuring out why you have high cholesterol. Why do you have inflammation in the body? Could be a stress, could be parasite, could be fungus, could be low adrenal glands, high cortisol levels, on and on and on. But cholesterol is super important. So if you're eating Cheerios, this can actually increase cholesterol because of the high amount of carbohydrates and sugar in it. So if you want to lower your cholesterol, it actually takes fat to lose fat, and it actually takes fat to lower cholesterol. We do it all the time. So hopefully you've learned something about cholesterol. It's a pretty big topic. We could talk for days on it, but I just wanted to give you some insight on why treat the person as an individual, figure out where the cholesterol or why the cholesterol is high, and treat the person with nutritional lifestyle principles, add in some herbs, and lowering cholesterol is actually pretty simple. So I'm actually here in my hotel room in Denver. I'm teaching a course, so the scenery in the background isn't that beautiful, but I'll be back on Sunday, and we'll be posting some more YouTube clips. Stay tuned.